Welcome back, everybody. This week we're going to be reviewing Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and yes, that is a lot to say, but stick around, this one's going to be exciting. As I mentioned before, this week we're going to be talking about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and what a movie indeed. I want to start off by saying, if you haven't watched the previous movies, do go watch them. They are excellent. They are directed by Matt Reeves, who recently did the Batman, and they are phenomenal. So if you watch them, you kind of get a sense of like how the Batman was filmed. It's very that dark undertone, and they're great movies. Let me start off by giving you a little bit of the premise, and so we follow up with Caesar's existence has sort of declined, and his name is still out there, but he is not alive anymore. If you watch the third movie, you'd understand that Caesar has died, and this movie takes place many generations from when that took place. I don't know exactly when. It doesn't even give you really a time frame, but if I were to guesstimate, it's roughly been maybe anywhere between 50 to maybe 100 years, but it doesn't really tell you. The story follows an ape called Noah, and he is from a tribe that lives peacefully, that raise birds to do essentially their bidding, whether it be hunting, scouting, and just general training of the birds for their own benefit. They do live in a harmonious way. It's not like the birds are being mistreated and we're going to start a whole new franchise, but they essentially call themselves like sort of the bird trainer clan, or the bird clan. What essentially happens is another group of apes come along and invade that space. They take all the apes from that camp, and they essentially enslave the apes, so that the new Proxima Caesar, yes, he's taken the name of Caesar, essentially was looking for something, and I don't want to give spoilers away. He's looking for something that he thinks would really help him in the war against the humans, but not so much that there is a war anymore. The human animal, or the humans, have actually really declined. And you can really tell in this movie that the numbers are sort of dwindling a lot. But going forward, you follow the story of Noah, who is essentially trying to free his people and bring them back to his once home. Now, along the way, you find another orangutan who essentially teaches Noah a little bit about Caesar and who he used to be, and not what Proxima Caesar is. A lot of the doings of Caesar is being undone, or bending the rules of what Caesar used to have to fit the narrative. More than that, another human is actually following Noah the whole way through, not knowing what humans are and what they're about. They even calls them echoes. They're not even they don't even have the human name so much anymore. But this human follows Noah into this journey where she also wants to help Noah and free his people, but with maybe a hidden agenda, but maybe more so with a purpose. But there's a twist to this, and you only have to watch the movie to find out. But I hope this has enticed you to go watch the movie. I thought it was very great, very well done. You can clearly tell that there is actually so much lore and so much more to do with the story of the Planet of the Apes. You can really get any ape from any tribe and then sort of tell a different narrative from a different perspective ever since Caesar's passing. So I'd love to see more of this. It does look like it's going to be more of a trilogy, another trilogy, and I'm all for it. If I were to give this movie a rating, I would give it a solid 4.5 out of 5. It was a great movie. Maybe a bit long if I were to really nitpick. And so yeah, let's get into maybe some more technical details. Yes, I would say it's a bit long, but I also really enjoy slow burning movies, so that's my personal preference. I don't know what it's going to be like for you guys. I do think that the movement of the apes were a lot different and maybe more not what I'm used to. I'm used to maybe more Caesar, Andy Serkis, moving more like human-like than he was more ape-like. But that doesn't detract too much. I think I was just very distracted in that sense. You guys might not even notice it. I do think that the human element, even though it was there, maybe wasn't so much necessary. They only really play a big part towards the end of the movie, so I don't really know if it was worth having them, but I guess without it you won't really see what's to come next, and I think that's why it's very difficult to place where the time frame sits in this movie. I would really love to know when exactly this all takes place, because yeah, there's just sort of like a lot of knowledge that's missing in time gaps, but maybe that'll explain that in coming movies. What I really liked about it, Noah was fantastic. I think he is a great leader in his own right, even though he doesn't start off as a leader. He doesn't try to take on the role of Caesar, so Caesar and Noah being very different. Noah not being as forgiving as what Caesar might have done. Noah really takes on the role of, I believe in what I think is right and I do the best I can, but within means, because I don't have to trust everyone and anyone that tells me otherwise. So I think in that regard, Caesar and Noah are very different. Noah being also from a time where humans really they haven't touched the earth, and he wasn't raised by them, so it wouldn't really apply to Noah in the same way that it happened to Caesar. So I think starting off in this way, Noah going into a very different narrative, fantastic. I think the acting and the voice acting was really well done. I think this is a great start for a new trilogy. So that being said, I implore you to watch Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's a fantastic movie. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.